Hi, this is my Daily Creative Act for February 13th, 2024. I was going to do a little piano playing. I'm going to be practicing for some playing for tomorrow. I'm doing some piano playing for my wife's going to sing a couple songs, so I'm excited about that. But I felt led to go this direction, or I wanted to sort of reinforce this with myself. So maybe you need this message as well. First of all, I'm really grateful. I've made a video about the creativity of doing mechanical work. This is a truck that my son and I are working on, and it's getting closer to being road ready. So it's not quite there. It still needs it has a couple broken bolts on it that need to be fixed on the wheels. But I want to speak into progress as part of creativity, and that it can be really easy to not recognize progress or not appreciate progress. But this is progress, because a week ago that truck bed wasn't on and it didn't have any brakes. So that's fun. But the creativity that I wanted to speak to today is something I've mentioned before to myself, which is the creativity, just being aware of how creative the mind is with its own storytelling. And that I think about, like, maybe I don't feel creative, but maybe it's because my mind is using its creative energy elsewhere. It's using its creative energy to try to problem solve things that it feels are threatening. So it can be wasting its creativity living in like a financial world where it's like trying to pay bills months ahead of time, and I don't know, there's just a lostness that I can get lost in the financial realm, and of comparison of where you're supposed to be, how much retirement you're supposed to have, how much of your house you're supposed to have paid off, or you should own a house, or should you be renting. All these things can become an overwhelming place that I think that just sort of absorbs energy. And I want to be aware sometimes of how much room I give it, how much of my energy I give to and I would say it's creative energy, right? It's the energy that could be used elsewhere, but I give it to solving problems that I can't solve because they're moving parts, right? So I'm learning to come back to my own intuition and trust that, and maybe trust that my body reacts certain ways. My mind starts kicking up thoughts and emotions that make me feel panicky, and get lost in other stories, and then I have no energy to be in my day. So I just wanted to speak to that today, to use again my creative mind, my creative powers, to specifically, and not let them just drift off into concerns. Makes me think of the parable of the sowers with the seeds, and I want my seed, my own ground, to be nurtured and worked and workable. I don't want these things to just be ideas, have ideas that have no ground in them. So just thinking about the ways that energy gets absorbed and wanting to be really purposeful with that. So the biggest thing for me is to be kind, to come back to kindness. And I've looked up that root word for kindness. Kindness is like kinship, like a familiarity, like a feeling like you're part of someone's family. So it is really like being kind is like coming back to talking to myself about the present moment like a friend would. So I've had a rough day today. I've had a really rough day today, but I want to speak to the creativity of a kind voice and just encouraging the letting go of things, letting go of the burdens of tomorrow and yesterday. All right, thanks for being with me.